Hey, I would love for y'all to like, comment, and of course share and subscribe to um, this new YouTube page, Peacefully Real. This is going to be where I share um, all types of commentary regarding um, areas and topics that are important to me. Hey y'all, welcome to my page, Peacefully Real. I am going to be um, talking about uh, a range of topics that are interesting to me or um, subjects that I'm passionate about. And I would love for y'all to um, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And, get involved with me. If y'all have any current events that you would like for me to provide my commentary on, definitely let me know. And you might see your topic pop up on one of my videos. Today, what I'm going to be discussing is an extremely hot yet disturbing topic. And I am, just to give y'all a heads up, um, out of respect for the nature of the topic, you are likely going to see me check out, some of my notes because I am just not interested in not giving the nature of this discussion the respect that I believe that it deserves, while also giving it the attention it deserves. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. Um, we all are fully aware at this point of the lawsuit that was filed by Cassie Ventura, and it was against P. Damon. That's what I prefer to call him, and that's what I'm gonna call him. Um, the petition that was filed by Cassie was full of allegations of physical abuse, sexual abuse, um, forced drug use, manipulation. She seemed to have really had a difficult experience, very traumatic experience in her relationship with that demon. Because of a law that allowed for victims of sexual assault to have the statute of limitations open back up after it had already run. She was able to take advantage of that law and file this petition in November of last year. Although without that particular law, she would have been too far beyond the statute of limitations. And so I'm glad that whoever was the legislator that establish that law. Great job. Great job for uh, focusing on pursuing justice and not allowing a clock to be the determining factor. So, again, we all are aware that um, on November 16th, Cassie filed the lawsuit against her ex employer, romantic partner, and former abuser. And immediately the next day, which as an attorney, I have never ever seen this. I have never seen um, a petition filed get a response that quickly. I mean, even insurance companies put up more of a fight than he did in a personal injury car accident case. Well, of course, the settlement that they reached within 24 hours is confidential. We have only been allowed to, pretty much speculate on what the actual agreement, um, what was included in it. But what we can be certain of is that there was an agreement to remain quiet about the um, facts of the case, evidence, and what the actual, terms of the settlement were. Because it doesn't always just have to be money. There could be other things that were included in the settlement agreement. And quite frankly, um, in light of how quickly he decided to settle after the lawsuit was filed, it seems like she was, in the position to make whatever demands she wanted to make. And, good job, Cassie. Good job. Fight for your right. And to any of the ladies, I encourage you to do the same. Fight for your right to be free from manipulative, abusive men in whatever way you see fit. So, one of the things that is, I think, something important to address in this matter, based on the comments I've seen, floating around, various social media platforms, is, well, if this was going to come out anyway, he shouldn't have paid her. And so I think it's important for me to address the legal process, and so people can get a better understanding of what typically happens, and why that perspective is erroneous. So, first of all, before a lawsuit is filed, there typically is a demand made for whatever remedy that the person is seeking, and is hoping that it can, be received without the time and cost of litigation. Litigation ain't cheap. It's not cheap with funds. It's not cheap on time. It's expensive, period. And you just have to be prepared for that. So we all are aware that she had been reaching out and had been attempting to, resolve this without, filing a lawsuit. One thing that's also important, before I even, get into lawsuits, is I want to talk about discovery. Discovery is a way for a party to gather evidence that can be helpful during litigation. You can get um, discovery before a lawsuit is filed. It's called pre-suit discovery, pretty much. So there is a way that evidence could have been gathered prior to the lawsuit, being filed, which also means that, you know, Cassie's legal team could have had access to the footage prior to filing the lawsuit. Now, particularly in California, um, they do have an actual law where you can get a court order to get evidence before you even file your lawsuit, get a case number for your lawsuit. You can get a court order from a judge to get access to evidence through pre-suit discovery for the purpose of preventing a failure or delay of justice. So, in an investigation, during, in preparing for a lawsuit that, an attorney and client realize will soon come, you can you can hire a private investigator to get information, and some people will pretty much as a courtesy provide you with this information. However, if you are aware that somebody does have access to information and they're not being courteous and providing it to you because they don't have to participate, then that's when the pre-suit petition for discovery can come into play, because you can go and ask a judge to order that they turn over this evidence to once again prevent a failure or delay of justice. Now, I just thought that it was important for people to understand the discovery process, and this will come back around, later on in the discussion. But I wanted to make sure that you all were aware that you don't have to file a lawsuit first to start gathering evidence. But it's also important to check the rules of your particular state, because every state does something different with their civil procedures. Now, typically after when a lawsuit is filed, there is service, and there is a time frame given for service. Now, you are served whenever you are found by a process server and given the documentation. From there, you have typically a little, like 20 or a little over 20 days. They say it's the Monday after 20 days that you have to file your answer after you were served. And so pretty much the day you served, count out 20 days, and whatever the 20th day is, what's the Monday after that? The Monday after that is when your answer is needed by the court clerk. Okay? From there, your answer is where you make your general denial, and you may even file other motions and make other requests depending on specific issues and facts that need to be addressed rather early. However, a general denial is typical. It's nothing that requires a lengthy response. Me personally, when I'm filing answers for my clients, I keep it very brief. Denial of every allegation in the petition, and keep it like that. It's important to know that this normal act that is done by a respondent in a lawsuit wasn't done by P. Demon. Now, P. Demon vehemently denied that he did anything that he was accused of in Cassie's petition. However, his denial was never placed in that court file. He never filed an answer. So his denial was done for the court of public opinion. But as far as the actual court where this petition was filed and litigation was pending, he didn't file an answer because he opted to settle. Now, if he had filed an answer, the process would have continued, and amongst all the other, motions that, can come into play when litigating, the next step would have been the discovery process, and that's when there would have been an exchange of evidence. And exchanging evidence is important. You have to, give what you are legally obligated to give. It's your responsibility to make any objections for items, information that you are legally obligated to give, but feel you have a justifiable reason for not turning over. So at this point is where, again, the possession of this video, could have came into play. Is, who has this video? And of course, when you're dealing with evidence that you plan to show in a trial, you are aware what you plan to show during a trial, and then you're also able to see the information that the other side is planning to show during the trial. So at that point, during the discovery process, they would have been, very aware of what the other side did and did not have. Now, there has been a lot of speculation that Cassie is the source of the leak. And I believe that is a very irresponsible accusation to make against her. And the reason being is because there are so many people who could have gained access to this video, and to suggest that she has did the work and completely put herself in a very vulnerable position of exposing a lot of information about herself, information about someone who abused her for years, and after finally getting what she believes is her version of justice, that she would toss it all away for someone to, for the public to see this video. First of all, I want to make it very clear. The only way that this video could have not surfaced is if he had not placed himself in a position to be filmed conducting himself the way that he did with the defenseless woman. That's the only way that that video would not have surfaced, is if it didn't exist. Now, what we do know is that the events in this footage were actually detailed in the petition. It's a 35-page petition, and if anybody, wants to go read it, I encourage you to read it. But the information that I'm speaking of regarding to the footage is actually begins in paragraph 120, and it goes to through about 123. So prior to this footage being released, she had already stated in her petition the details about this particular event. And one of the things that she mentioned was she was able to actually get away from him. She was able to get away from him and escape. And because she was so scared of, what, the repercussions would be from her escaping, she decided she wanted to return and apologize. Well, upon her return, hotel staff stopped her and said, "No, we seen the video footage. You got to get back in this cabin. You got to go." So we're aware from the petition that members of the hotel staff seen the footage. So we're already aware that we don't even know how many people had access to this footage before she returned from this cab ride that was almost an escape and turned out to be a moment of fear and desperation and turning back. She didn't have access to the video at that time. So at this point, we are aware that there were members of the hotel staff who relayed to her that they seen this footage. Furthermore, in the petition, she states that based on information and belief, P. Demon paid $50,000 to get this hotel footage. Now, we are also aware that recently Homeland Security has an investigation for sex trafficking pending against him, and this investigation has led to raids of his home. So now these are more people who could possibly have access to this video. So also this is not behavior that he has kept private and out of the view of witnesses. This is a very powerful man. This is a very famous man. This is a very wealthy man. And it's even likely that he wasn't even the one speaking to the hotel staff making arrangements to purchase this footage. It's a possibility that he sent one of his employees to go negotiate the cost for this footage to be taken off the hotel servers. So there's another individual or individuals who could have had access to this video. So again, it is, I believe, in very potaste to suggest that she is the source of the leak. Furthermore, um, if there is a belief that she is the source of the leak, then it is his responsibility to pursue a lawsuit to enforce the confidentiality agreement they have within that settlement, and he also will be responsible for proving that the leak is linked back to Cassie. Now, so far, what we have seen is an apology once this video has surfaced. We have not heard tell of anybody saying that he was going to move forward with a lawsuit to address this leak. And we have not heard that Cassie will be the subject of a lawsuit regarding this leak. And so I believe that it is, until further notice, I think it is safe to assume that he is not interested in subjecting her to whatever consequences their confidential settlement agreement states is the consequence will be her consequences if she violates the confidentiality agreement within their settlement. So, we have to be very mindful of the comments that we make that can be very presumptuous when there are so many other elements, individuals at play. Now, one of the one of the things I wanted to discuss in also the process when filing a lawsuit is a defendant in a lawsuit typically has two choices. They can either settle or they can move forward with the trial. He acted as if he did not mind the trial, based on the the statements denying that he had ever did any of the things that Cassie had accused him of. He accused her of this being a money grab. He has repeatedly went public and stated that he is tired of the assassination of his character. He is tired of the attempt to destroy his reputation and his legacy, and now we have seen him come forward after footage was released to publicly apologize for acts that he previously denied doing. The thing that I believe is also very unfortunate is the fact that criminally, the statute of limitations in California has expired. For simple assault, it is 1 year. For felony assault, it is 3 years. And obviously, because this is an event that occurred in 2016, it's too late. And I'm pretty sure this is something that Cassie was aware of, and I'm pretty sure this is something that her attorneys were aware of. And it's a good thing that criminal liability within the state of California was not her only option. Justice can come in many forms by way of the justice system. Need to make sure I say that because, as we all know, everybody don't go to the government to get assistance to address their issues. So, it is good that the justice system does provide more than one way to seek their justice, and civil lawsuits are ways that you can move forward to get your any wrongs that you have been subjected to, getting those righted. Because of his the pending investigation for sex trafficking with the Homeland Security agency, we will still be, standing by to see what comes from that investigation on a federal level. So I guess that is, a video that I will likely be able to, provide some commentary on once that becomes available to the public. And I definitely, again, want to encourage any victims of assault to figure out and find a way to protect yourself, advocate for yourself, and get assistance from a trustworthy source. So I knew I was going to be actually recording this video today. And, I was, doing my Bible study, which is what I normally do. And I'm actually currently in Ezekiel. And this particular scripture jumped out at me today. And, it was kind of very relevant and on time, in line with the plans I had today. And I'll go ahead and read it. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, starting at verse 3. The end is now upon you, and I will unleash my anger against you. I will judge you according to your conduct and repay you for all your detestable practices. I will not look on you with pity. I will not spare you. I will surely repay you for your conduct and for the detestable practices among you. Y'all can keep believing that this video has surfaced simply because Cassie has allegedly allowed it to be released months after she settled this matter. Again, I want to thank y'all for y'all's time. I want to thank y'all for y'all's attention. Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also reach out to me and, be very generous with any other legal matters that y'all see and want me to provide commentary on. And again, maybe you will see your topic come up. And it has been an amazingly beautiful day for me. And I hope that the same could be said for you.